Good morning, everyone. My name is Kriti Pawar. I am a student of class 11th F of Amity International School, Sector 46, Gurugram. So today I'll be talking about a very important issue in our country, that is reviving the rivers of our country. So as we all know that this issue has been prevalent in our country for a very long period of time, and it has become a grave issue over the years as we see the wide-ranging impacts that it has had on the people. It is leading to health problems. It is causing problems in the environment. In the environment, it is causing problems in the agricultural sector, and the various impacts which we already know about. So I won't be repeating those, but I'll like to talk about that how we could actually go about countering this problem which has been arising for the past so many years, and still we are aware of the problem, and still we are not being able to find a proper solution to this problem. So what I feel is that we are not able to understand the problem very well and analyze it well. So we need to understand that how, if we want to solve a problem successfully, then that we need to understand it, analyze it, and then come to a conclusion. So when we were doing this project, we understood that how pollution of the rivers has to be divided into two particular aspects, that is how it takes place in the urban areas and how it takes place in the rural areas. Though the impact is somewhere or the other similar, but the causes that and the way it happens in urban areas and the way it happens in rural areas is completely different. So we understood and analyzed the situation in urban areas as well as rural areas, and then we came to the conclusion that there are three major things that people need to be made aware about. First is the laws and regulations that are already in existence, and people should know about those laws and regulations. Second, that what are the major initiatives that the government and the community as a whole is taking, so that people can contribute to those at a macro level. And then finally coming down to the fact of that how at an individual level we can contribute towards making a change in the society, and how we can revive the very rivers of our country which we have been polluting for the past so many years. So talking about the laws and regulations, so I would like to emphasize upon two things. First thing is that most of the people do not know that there is actually, like, we have police for that how pollution is also considered under the Indian Penal Code, and section 277 of the Indian Penal Code actually lays down certain punishments and certain fines for the people who are polluting the environment. So that a lot of people are not aware about it. Also, secondly, a lot of people do not know that what to do if they actually see someone polluting the rivers. We just know that we're not supposed to pollute the rivers, but what are you supposed to do when you see people are polluting the rivers? So in that case, we have authorities like the Central Pollution Control Board and State Pollution Control Boards, which are the two authorities to which we should inform if we see people polluting the rivers. Now, second thing is about the right to clean water. So it has been time and again recognized as a part of right to life under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution in various cases, such as when the Narmada Bachao Andolan was taking place, and then MC Mehta versus Union of India case. We see how the Supreme Court actually recognized right to have clean water under the right to have life in under Constitution 21 of the under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. So these are certain laws and regulations that people must be aware about. Now, second thing is what are the initiatives that are being taking place on a large scale. So we see how the Namami Gange project, which our government has launched, it is a complete package comprehensive project under which both the rural and the urban areas are being taken care of separately. And it is combining the ongoing efforts, then analyzing the impact of those ongoing efforts, and then deciding the future course of action. This ensures that there is a proper utilization of the funds, the 20 crore funds that are being given for this particular project. So that is what we understood through a project, that we need to have a comprehensive plan, which we have in form of the Ganga Action Plan earlier, and now in an even better version, that is the Namami Gange project. So lastly, I would like to talk about that how certain individual efforts can also be taken up by people, which would actually help to bring about a big change to the society. A lot of time people feel that if I'm contributing on a very small scale, on a micro scale, then it might not even have an impact, and having that in their mind, they do not even try to take that small step. However, we need to understand that if every person gives in his own micro inputs, then that would at a whole lead to a macro output from the community as a whole. So very small steps, for example, segregating your waste so that it is not dumped into the rivers, and not letting down fats and oils from your kitchen go down your sink, and not dumping your the chemicals of the hazardous chemicals in your house through the toilets. So these are some very small steps that each and every individual need to understand and then take and bring about a positive change in society. Thank you.